Oh hey guys, yeah, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning where I am, and I can't sleep. So, I'm going to, I guess, tell you a little bit about myself, and, I guess really nobody watches my videos or anything, but I know I have a problem with the way I talk, so I'm hoping that's not what you're judging me on, and you don't, try to understand what I'm saying. I think usually I can do pretty well in having conversations with someone. So I guess let's talk about me. I'm a freshman student at Truman State University in Missouri. It's kind of a small campus, and it's definitely bigger than my high school, which had like 400 kids in it. But it's a smaller college campus. We're a little art study school. So basically they put a bunch of classes where they're like, hey, we're going to uh, teach you about everything and see what you like. It's kind of good that way because you kind of find out what you're good at and what you're not good at. I came in thinking I wanted to be a Spanish major. I don't speak Spanish poorly, but I guess it's not the best that it could be. And slightly because of my speech impediment, and kind of sad because I really like Spanish. Also, uh, now I'm an English major. So Truman, I got put in the English class, which I absolutely love. So if you're an English major, I hope you consider Truman. If you want to do English, consider Truman because it's a great place. It's really hard though, definitely a wake-up call. So if you want to come to college, don't slack, because it'll be like, hey, by the way, you can't do this, so don't let it shock you. They try to make the transition in high school to college as easy as possible by putting you in a class with another group of freshmen. They give you a week here by yourself to kind of sort things out and see what you like. But after that, you're kind of on your own. Also, making friends is it's an interesting experience because the friends that I made, the week in the day I moved in, they're still my friends, but things have changed. You don't. I've also moved halfway through the year, and I kind of regret it, but it's definitely it's better because I'm not as distracted with my friends. Also, don't get too involved with boys because they just distract you a lot, and I'm being a hypocrite because I'm still distracted by a boy, and I like him, but it's just kind of you want to focus on him, but you also want to focus on your school, but you can't focus on both. And I think it's more you can't focus on what's going through your mind. If you were just you knew what was going on and you knew how to fix everything, then it would be okay. But when you don't know where you stand and you don't know what he wants for sure, and he's not you try to kind of ask him, but or try to hint at him what you want, you change the subject, it's kind of hard. But if you if you're a freshman girl and you don't have a boyfriend back home, or your boyfriend's not already here, don't you're not at college, I guess, not here directly at Truman or something, but in college that you're going to, don't go searching for boys. If they come to you, don't push them away either. This boy is one of my best friends, and even though we're not dating and yeah, we flirt and stuff, he's there for me when I need to talk, or if I need someone to I guess to just to do things with me, and I said to talk to, and I'm upset about something, I just need someone to listen to me. And he's really great for that, and he does it with his mouth, and don't go for girls. I have a couple of close girls, friends that are girls here, but it's just kind of some of the girls that I know are blah blah blah, I'm gonna tell you this, blah blah blah, I'm gonna tell you that. I'm going to tell so-and-so that Lauren did this. Like, a lot of girls are like that. And I said, oh no, I won't tell. Like, I found a couple of really good friends of the girls here that won't tell anything to anybody. But, like, there's also a lot of them who are like, oh yeah, did you hear what Lauren said yesterday? Like, you learn that in college, being best friends with your housemates kind of doesn't really work very well, because if everybody's friends with everybody, then someone's going to say something and somebody's going to get mad. And like, living in a house, my first house, I lived in my roommate's language house, so we're supposed to speak Spanish or French or Italian or Romanian. Nobody speaks Romanian, but that's an option. But like, usually it's just French and Spanish, and there's a heck of a lot more Spanish speakers than French speakers. We also have like international students that kind of intertwine, and we were supposed to speak Spanish like 95% of the time. And we were probably the 5% spoke Spanish 5% of the time, 95% English. And then I tried changing it to it be like, from this time to this time you're supposed to speak Spanish if you're in the kitchen or the lounge area or whatever. I don't think that turned out very well either, because it wasn't being enforced. The problem with like living in that house is they had to be enforced. And speaking Spanish was like a sudden thing, like, yeah, we kind of would try to like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Which is, hello, how are you, if you don't know. And like, every once in a while we do that. I talk to my friends in the house in Spanish because like they really care about speaking it. But I've also talked to some of the international students. Like, we had one from Costa Rica, one from Spain. We have some from France. We have one from not Korea, Vietnam. And then we had one from Malaysia, and like, yeah, and we have two from France actually. We had one from two last semester, and then one went home because her semester was over, and the other one stayed both semesters. And yeah, after that I learned a little bit of French, but I'm not going to speak French for you because it's awful. So like I said, in the West, there was about 18 freshmen, and so we were all we're really close because we all moved in together. So we spent the whole week together getting to know each other, and yeah, we're friends still, but then not everybody's friends with everybody. And then you get to know the real people after a week. We all put on the show for the first week, oh, this is how I really am, and then you slowly get to figure out facts about people, and you know who you want to hang out with and who you don't want to hang out with. And then once the upper class moved in, 4 days later, everyone was like, oh, cool people, and then they didn't want to hang out with us. We were freshmen. Luckily we kind of pulled some of them in, and we're able to meet, to mingle with them. That's why with that boy. Actually, he kind of mingled his way in to my room one day, and we just started hanging out and talking. But stay away from boys. That's just my advice. If you're a boy, I guess stay away from girls. And if you're a boy, also don't be super jerky, because I don't show off the first week and then change the way you act a couple weeks later, because it's weird. The guys that we knew did that, and don't create drama between the house, because it's really not cool. Also in class, go to class. Don't just go to college and be hey, I'm not going to class, because that really screws you over. I've only missed one class. Well, I've missed a lot of classes this semester because I've been sick a couple times, but I feel I just don't want to go to class. If teachers aren't really willing to work with you, if you legitimately have a reason not to be there, then that's okay. But if you were oh, I'm just really tired, so I'm not going to class, I go to class even if I'm almost falling asleep in class. They don't like that either, but at least you're making an effort to show up. Whenever I've been caught up with falling asleep, it's really funny, because I'm oh yeah, I'm in class, and I'm oh yeah, okay, well, pay attention, because you're not gonna learn anything. Also, don't get too don't schedule yourself an overload of classes. Like, don't take like 17 credit hours your first semester if you're limit 17. Like, take like 14 or like 12, or well, not 12. Take 13 or something, because like, if you overload yourself like first semester, I'm not gonna be able to like make time for anything. Like, I ended up with 12 because of like job classes because it was so much work. But plus like trying to do extracurricular activities on top of it, it's really hard. Like, and now this semester I added more extracurricular activities because I kind of figured out how to handle things. Like joining a sorority. I mean, it's a good idea for a semester, but it's even better to wait a semester. I just joined a sorority, and it's like, it's a great time and everything, but can't really tell you much, because I'm not allowed to. But, joining a sorority is always an option. Get involved in clubs, like Spanish club, a French club, a something language related, or something science related, whatever you're into, something English related. I mean, there's like a sorority for everything, a co-ed fraternity for like everything. What else? Also be like, make sure you don't like overload yourself, because like, don't join a sorority and a co-ed fraternity, because you can do that sometimes. And don't like join Spanish club on top of all that. I'm really worried about next semester because I'm a color guard, and if you don't know what that is, I feel bad for you, but I'll just tell you anyways. It's like spinning a flag with a marching band, and it's really cool and really fun. And I mean, college was a lot of work and a lot of stuff thrown at you at once, but I really enjoyed it. Like, kind of like being part of a college marching band, it's kind of like a big deal, and it's definitely worth it, because people come, like, honestly, both my high school and my college, I mean, the football team was important, but a lot of people came just for the band, because, let's face it, marching bands are pretty cool to watch. Even if you're not, like, okay, I'm biased, but, like, I think they're pretty cool to watch. And I think a lot of my friends tell me, like, yeah, I'm just coming for the band, and I'm like, oh, cool, because I'm part of that, like, it's a big deal. Also, we like to make fun of our Truman show girls, which, like, we like, they do, like, a high kick line or whatever, and, like we'll try to mess them up counting, which is a lot of fun. I know I'm, like, going on and on about, like, silly stuff, but something that I've, like, picked up in college, and, like, I feel like it's important stuff to know. I do recommend that if you're from Missouri, or even if you're not from Missouri, like, my roommate's from Michigan, they have, like, people from Costa Rica, and people, like, from, like, Georgia and stuff. I mean, if you, like, have any interest in going to school out of state, like, definitely check out Truman. I know it's, like, cold, it's not sunny California or sunny Florida, but it's definitely worth, like, checking out and seeing if it's a place for you. I mean, it's the Harvard of the Midwest, so it's kind of a big deal. I mean, it's not actually Harvard, because it would be ridiculously more hard. But it's definitely hard, and it's like, Missouri's only highly selective university, so they say. I definitely recommend checking it out, going on a tour. I mean, it's a really pretty campus, especially like in the summer when I had my tour, but this place is so pretty. I mean, right now it's kind of like covered in snow. Well, it's not covered in snow anymore, but it's like melting snow, so it's not that pretty. But like in the spring, I bet it can be really pretty. In the fall, it's gorgeous because all the leaves are falling, and just really, really pretty. So definitely a good time to check it out in the fall, like mid-October. Also, like, we have basically everything you can think of, so, I mean, if you have any questions about Truman campus, I can definitely look into it and get back to you and make a video about that, a comment or something. So, I mean, it's basically a video that's supposed to be about me. It would end up being about Truman, so I hope you enjoyed it, and then if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.